Welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway, a podcast all about our gamer group and our board game shenanigans. I'm Tambo, your current first player still, and I'm joined by JP.
Hello.
Davey.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about mixing drinking beer games into our original games. So drinking rules into our normal games that we play.
A mixology session, as you will. Yeah.
A mixology session, that's right. Yeah.
Cocktails and dreams.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, JP, all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm gone for a hair transformation.
It's the wind outside. It's a storm outside.
Yeah, it's blew everything off.
Oh, did the tornado get you, did it?
Yeah. Storm. Which one is it? Storm Elsa, wasn't it? Storm something. Yes, I've gone through. I mean, this is really crap chat for the listeners because they can't see anything, but they'll probably notice some pictures going up on the socials going, where's his hair gone? So yeah, I've gone through a bit of a transformation. I'm, getting towards mid-40s.
Yep.
Ish.
Yeah, it's more embarrassing when you do it in your mid-20s, mate. That was me. But
Yeah, I know. I do feel for you guys. Like, honestly, going through this, right, as a dude, and I think every dude most dudes will have this day coming at some point. Some, like, for Rob and yourself, happened quite early, right?
Yes.
With the old
I think
body.
I was before Rob.
Really?
Well, maybe. I think so.
He said he was 17 when it happened.
Oh, no, it wasn't before Rob then.
Yeah, so, and honestly, if that had happened to me at that age, I probably would have had a breakdown. But then it's like a double-edged sword, right? Because it's happened, it's done, and it's over with, and that's how everyone knows you for the rest of your life. I'm going through it, emotionally, physically. It's fun, but a bit different for me.
You get used to it.
I will.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, both my dad and my granddad had their hair till they were like 80, so I'll probably keep mine.
I think you'll be good. Thanks, David.
Salting a wound right there.
Yeah. Do you want to piss in my chips? Yeah. Bless you.
Okay, how are you then, David?
I've been nice to you off of the podcast. I have to be mean on the podcast. It makes good chat.
It is
That's what it is.
True. You have been very good. Oh, brilliant. How are you there, bud? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I've had a bit of a games hiatus lately, I guess, which is over Christmas seems strange because usually it's when you get all your board gaming in. Did play like a lot of family games, a lot of Decrypto, things like that, which were good fun. I forgot how much I liked Decrypto.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, I've just been dived in head first in the last 2 weekends of January. I've just been board gaming, which has been lovely.
I know, I keep seeing your posts like in the last 3 days. Like, I played everything. It's like now I'm really jealous because I still haven't moved house and literally moving this Friday. I'm like, my games are just locked away and I can't wait to play them all again. But
it's been nice. I think the social aspect of it's been nice.
Yeah.
Because sometimes over Christmas you get forced social events.
Yes.
Events which are nice, and they're still nice, and it's nice for family and everything, but sometimes it's not what you necessarily would want to do. Yes. And it's fine. I keep saying it's fine, like it's not. It is.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm really fine.
But
that's cool.
Having the social side of the board game's been nice to get back into.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, nice. Who have you been playing that with then? It's not been with us.
No, I've been playing with Taz and Jeremy. So we used to always do a board game thing with them anyway, every Saturday before, probably before winter, like around summertime. But about a year ago, probably. And then I've also been playing with one of my friends, Warren, who I used to play a lot of other games with. So we've been playing a lot of Shatterpoint and stuff with them.
I can't make the connection of why the board game group has not got any events on.
And Curly's is usually very short notice, isn't it? He doesn't put anything up, so I haven't been able to make it to any of those. I've been busy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So.
I've just got like a board game to think that everyone wants in. So.
But if you wanted to ever come to them, I can always.
I'm joking.
We've always got one
extra.
extra.
Tell that to your tears.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Anyway.
Awesome. Right then, so let's just move on to the next segment. Let's talk about Hex. So in this segment, let's talk about what games we have recently played, or game. Actually, we're not games, are we? We're not games, are we, JP? It's game.
Game?
Yeah, what we played recently.
Oh yeah, in the segment. Yeah, sorry.
In the segment.
Yeah, I'll start telling you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Davey, what have you been playing? Because I'm quite excited about this.
So I've been playing. So I played a couple. As I said, I've played quite a few games now, but I'm not going to talk about them. The other ones were Merlin and Shatterpoint, but Dune Uprising. So I've finally played it, and I think my general consensus is that actually
it's rubbish, isn't it?
It's better.
Oh, I knew you'd say this.
I know.
I literally knew because
So just explain to us that Dune Uprising is another Dune.
Yes, so they've basically done the standard direwolf thing of same with Clank, where they've got X amount of versions of Clank.
Yep.
They're now doing a different version of Dune. So the difference being, in my eyes, in my eyes, this shouldn't have been an expansion. This should have been an upgrade pack and changed the main game.
100%.
Maybe people wouldn't have liked it because they wouldn't have liked the changes, but I personally think it sorts a lot of things out.
Okay.
So the new stuff in there, all the powers from the abilities, they've all kind of been toned down a little. Like a lot of them are more one-offs rather than a constant thing. You've got your signet ring ability
your character
on your character,
yeah.
You've got your signet ring ability, but a lot of them now are just like one-off effects that happen, which I think is better in some aspects. You can still mix it with Ix and Immortal, and that still adds the permanent abilities, and that's fine, and that's pretty good. The other thing that they've done is you've now got Spies, which is a new little icon on a card, or some abilities give you Spies, and there's lots of different ways of getting Spies. It's a little cylinder token that you put down that will link to either 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 1 space. And basically what happens is when you go to that space, you can either use it if an agent's already there, you want to go there, you take the spy off and you can go there.
Like infiltrate.
Yeah. Or you could go there, you can take the spy off and draw a card.
Okay.
Which is really nice because you can combo, you can put your spy down, and it's a space where you wouldn't necessarily normally go just because the benefit's good, but you need that extra card to get a Spice Must Flow, or you need that extra card just to be able to see what's in your deck, cycle your deck. You can do it. It's really nice to set up your next turn, set up other things, but also other players can watch it and go, "Ooh, I'm going to go there now." Yeah, you've not stopped them going there, but they then can't draw that card. Lots of different aspects to it.
The layout.
Some of the spaces, a lot of the spaces have changed. The top High Council space isn't useless anymore. If you go there again and spend 5 coins, you now get 2 spice, 2 troops go into your garrisons, and I can't remember what else it was, maybe trash a card or something. I can't remember what else that space was, but it's now basically not a dead space. There's no mentor anymore. Instead, it's actually you need to have 2 influence with the Emperor, and then you can go there and pull another meeple out, and as well as trash a card, and also get rid of an Imperium card in exchange. Bene Gesserit now, instead of having the standard shop with the 2 to buy, you now have like a Bene Gesserit influence card where if you have 2 of them, you get to draw a card when you play it as well, which is nice. And it's basically made it a lot better to split all your influence down a lot of tracks. You get a lot more benefits on the board. And then there's a new unit, the Worm.
Sandworm. The sandworm.
The sandworm.
It's what you think of when you think of Dune, right? It's the word.
Exactly. And they didn't really have it in Dune Imperium. Whereas with this one, you've got the Wall, which actually plays into it, because every combat card that you get out, some of them have a sandworm with a cross. And basically that means if that wall's still there, because you have to go on a space to get rid of it, then you can't play sandworms into this battle.
Yeah.
And sandworms also have a good effect, that if you've played a sandworm in, you get to double resources on the card.
Nice.
So you might just want to come second and put a sandworm in.
Just to get
it's worth 3, just to get double water. And the resource, like, they're a lot better. So usually on the next one down, they'll have 3 resources, but they also have like 2 troops and stuff like that. So these resources, they've balanced that out. Because they don't always have VPs on now, not until right at the end. Because the way you get VPs off these now, it's like a set collection. Each one of you will start with a card, an objective card, and all it is it's either like a Gyrothopter, a dagger, a mouse, I think, and something else. I can't remember.
Some alien thing.
Right. And they're just coloured. Right. Basically, on the top icon, on the top corner of each combat card, you have this coloured icon. If you get another combat card that matches your icon, you flip the 2 together. That's 1 VP.
Okay.
So you have to collect different sets. So you'd be like, oh, actually, I'm not going to give much from this fight.
Yeah.
I actually want to come last, but I'm going to.
It kind of prevents that victory point is so obvious on that combat card, then everyone's like, rah, goes in.
Yeah.
So actually now it depends.
Yeah.
Do you want to have the first?
It's
of the
more
set,
beneficial for one person than it is for the other
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
But maybe that you
exactly.
still want to go for it because you want to stop them getting the VP. But
Yeah,
maybe
it's
you're like,
interesting.
I don't really need that VP. I'm just going to put certain resources in because what's second is actually really, good because a lot of the other benefits now are a lot better. So they balance that out as well, which is nice. The only downside to that is you can't use any of the other combat cards from any of the other decks because none of them have any of the icons on.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it does mix well. When we got the other expansions in, it does mix well, and it worked really well with 4-player having the other expansions in because the board's really open. People still go where you want to go,
Right.
but the board's a lot more open. It's a lot harder to get water, I found. Water's a lot more
I
valuable.
always find it hard to get water anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of people just rush Fremen
Rush for it,
because
yeah.
it gives you water.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't anymore.
Right.
Fremen just gives you a draw card.
No.
Okay.
But because it lets you go into the combat as well, which is very powerful. The only thing that gives you water is the spacing guild, that first space. Rather than the card that makes you go anywhere, just gives you one water.
Okay.
But you can't go into the fight. So it's a lot. To me, it just feels more balanced. I feel like that's the game. It should have just been an upgrade kit for the main game.
Yeah.
And because they did it fine with the other boards, they should have just done that. Because now I feel like I just want to get Uprising.
Yeah, it's like the main question is, would you ever play base Dune Imperium again?
Yeah,
With-
I would play it
Yeah.
if people didn't have it. I would
Yeah.
play Dune Imperium, but I probably would miss Uprising.
Yeah.
We've played 8 or 9 games of it now.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We hit it hard that weekend. We just sat and we played about
Over and over and
over and over and over. And I was like,
Reback.
let's play a game. Let's just play a game. We
That's
played
awesome.
it pretty much all Saturday. And so I got a nice feel for it. So we
Yeah.
got a lot of games in. So and to start off with, I was like, oh, okay, it's good. And then we whacked the expansions in, and then now I went, okay, I think that's what it was missing. I think it's better.
Yeah, because now that's been designed with all of that in mind.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously before you had the base game, which was great. Then you go, we'll put Immortal in, we'll put X in, and then obviously it just adds to it.
Yeah.
Whereas now the base mechanics have now considered all those expansions.
Yeah, and they fine-tuned it, and
exactly.
it just
Tighter.
it
Yeah.
it's balanced all the other initial problems. After playing a lot of Dune Imperium, you started to see there was always a lot of Fremen rush if you were first.
Yeah.
A lot of people, that was the sound strategy was rush Fremen. It means you can get to that space. You can get water a lot easier than everyone else now.
Yeah.
That's all stopped.
Yeah.
So I am thinking I'll probably get it.
You look like you're missing already.
I think what annoys me with it, I think it annoys me, not the game, because I haven't played it, but the product annoys me.
In the fact,
like
it
you
should be an
said,
upgrade.
it's an upgrade pack. Then it fitted in the deluxe box, and it was even if it was a new board that you can switch out with the other one and a few extra bits and bobs, no brainer.
Yeah.
Honestly, no brainer. But now it's kind of like, well, you're going to get all of these extra components and all this extra stuff that you've already got
Yeah.
with the bits, and it's like, and by the way, it doesn't fit in the deluxe box, and you have to buy probably another deluxe box if you want to keep this with all the. It's like,
Whereas it really, you could probably just get rid of Dune Imperium.
Or you do
you
that.
could keep the upgrade bit of it.
Yeah.
Because that was something that did worry me. That £60 upgrade kit.
That's
or
what I
whatever
mean.
it was,
It wasn't cheap.
that does work with that kit.
Okay.
It
So
does
it's
work.
compatible with.
It does work with Uprising because the only thing that's different is you've got the spies.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's the only thing you're going to add in, really.
And they don't they have the sandworms? They have the wooden and 3D
yeah,
sculpts.
Yeah, they've got the 3D sculpts with it anyway.
Yeah.
So it works with it. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. What about you, JP?
Yeah, I've been playing a few bits considering I don't have access to my games,
Yeah.
which is quite nice. So fairly recently I managed to play the expansion to Revive called Call of the Abyss. And for those that don't know, Revive is a game that came out a couple of years ago. We actually played it at GridCon 3, I think. So
Yeah, 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And really it's kind of this kind of futuristic, the world's basically been shat on by humans. Lots of these people have gone hidden away for generations and generations, thousands of years underground, to the point where they've come out, everything's kind of frozen, but the world's starting to thaw.
Right.
And you kind of pop up and start exploring and doing all sorts of cool little Euro combo shenanigans, basically, is all I'm going to say. Okay. It has the maddest player board, one of the maddest player boards that you've ever seen. It's like this weird spiral tracks that kind of go around each other, and the more you explore and put kind of your wooden structures down, the more you progress on one of the 3 tracks that are there, which then unlocks basically little modules that you can slot into your board that have little like powers that you can do free actions on by spending like these surges, these electricity.
So you remember you have to go up 1 to get the surges, and then like, kind of powers whatever abilities you want to do.
It's the combo game, and I played the base game a couple of times. I didn't say I bounced hard off it, but I played it and I enjoyed it. But we
stumbled across the one of a broken combo, where basically there was one of the cities. You have to remind me, it's like 2 years ago.
On the edges of the board, the big
like the
cities,
goals, and then there was a tile that gave you an effect or something over near it, and that comboed with the city, which I noticed quite early, so I beelined it for that. And then I also had a goal that comboed with the 2 of them. And I think I just absolutely... no one was even close to my score at the end.
You were like 150 away.
Yeah.
It was like, oh. But then, first game, we just kind of went, and maybe because we're shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's one of them things. Played it again, same thing happened, but I think for a different faction, mainly to do with drawing cards. It was just like the city on the edge of the corner, the faction had a really great card draw ability, and their secret goal had cards. So it was like cards. And again, that was on a gaming rules stream with Paul, who he's playing, and he didn't really have to do anything. It was like just play the game and you'll win, kind of situation. So it actually got caught online. Lots of chat about some of the balance, and one of the things they've done as official recommendation is now the secret goal cards that you would have, which is basically a card that has 3 different alien head artifacts on there, and it's multipliers. So if you go for this thing, it'll multiply the more of those alien heads that you collect. The trouble is in the base is that you don't, like Davey's going for purple. I know he's going for purple because I keep seeing he goes for purple. I don't know why he's going for purple. I can't deduce it. It's really difficult. So one of the things they've done is like you now draw 1 shared gold card, which it just makes sense. It's like you can now know you're going for purple. I know why. So I can block you, and I can, a bit more contention in that way. So that's now like officialized in the expansion. But the expansion adds 4 new kind of races and factions in. I played 2 of them, one in a learning game, which was actually based off like The Last of Us mushroom dudes.
Oh yeah.
And they have a nice kind of leech ability that can copy other people's effects and sim abilities and stuff. But the one I actually played on the stream was, I think, called the Kairos. They were like cat people with 4 arms, and they had a circadian token which flipped from night and day every time that you rested, and that would then unlock different abilities. So you keep flipping and go, right, I need to be sun
when you rest.
Yeah,
so you might actually want to rest early sometimes. You get the other ability.
Forces you to maybe rest and stuff. So they were really good fun to play, and like the 4 new factions look really like cool. Really different, really pushing in a different direction. And it comes with a new track that kind of sits to the left of the VP track. I forget the name of it, but you can, instead of earning VPs, you can also earn these other like prestige points or something. And if you get so far down that track, you then can unlock what's called these Skiphos cards, and they look like jellyfish on them. And you essentially trash one of your cards. You get one of these, and they're like uber powerful cards, and they just absolute bonkers nonsense on there. So they're always good feeling when you get one of them. You're like, oh yeah. And I think you can probably get like 2 or 3 in the game.
Okay.
So if you push that track, so you've got that going on. You've got these things called journeys, in which you can claim a journey, and you essentially just put that kind of card near your tableau. And that will just kind of say, look, if you want to get 2 of these things, or 4 of these things, or 6 of these things, you'll get a boon. So you kind of hold out on these things and then trigger them and score them when you want. So that's quite good. Again, it's just another little layer in there. So the expansion for me didn't add loads and loads of bits. You got new tiles. I think you added lakes in there. So it didn't really like add to the rules overhead, but I found that the game was a bit more tighter. I felt that the plays that we had was a lot more contentious, The scores weren't wildly disparate. They were very close. And also what was nice is that actually in the training game or the learning game we played is that one of the players didn't really push the expansion stuff. He just did the base and he won. So it's optional. It's another avenue.
Yeah,
you don't have to do it, but it's there. And I like that. I think it's always nice when they throw an expansion. It's just another lane that you can go down.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it though. It's really. I remember walking away from that play thinking I really enjoyed that. It's like changed my mind on the game, and to the point where I might pick it up now.
Nice.
I might pick it up
because I enjoyed it, but winning by that margin, it felt lucky. It didn't feel that satisfying.
Yes.
It felt more of like, oh, okay, I stumbled upon this, and it flew. It absolutely flew off, but. Yeah. A lot of everyone else at the table wasn't really enjoying it, and you get that feeling, and you're just like, "Oh, am I enjoying this?"
Don't you?
As much. Yeah, because
this was like to the end.
Too big of a disparity there.
Yeah,
it didn't feel fair.
And this is what this has changed for me. It's like it felt like you're fighting to the end, which is what you want from a board game.
Yeah,
you want to be there, ready to get over the finish
line. I really
line.
like the mechanics of it.
It's fun.
Yeah,
the card play, the slotting to do the actions, and then the fact you kind of have this like the workers are essentially like on a day-night shift. So when you rest, the ones that are resting come out, the ones that have been working go into your rest, and managing that cycle is quite fun as well, and you can mess around with that. But yeah, it was a cracking game. I think the expansion really, really adds a lot of value to it, and it's made me really, really.
Even if the expansion just, as you said, even if it just balanced everything and made it a lot tighter, it probably would have been an insta buy anyway.
Yeah,
it sounds like they've also added a little bit to it.
Had that experience playing at a GridCon 3, I would have bought it. Like hands down, because I was very excited to play it. I was like, I really like the look of this, but it didn't quite get me.
No,
I didn't bother. But now I'm like,
I think our situations, they did say there was a low chance of it happening, but then it happened on stream. It happened in the two plays that you had.
By only 2 plays, and it happened.
Yeah.
So, there you go. So nice. About you, T?
That's good. So I recently played Tiny Epic Westerns by Scott Alm's game. Yeah. Wow. Pretty much, yeah. I'm actually a big fan of Tiny Epic games. I think they're good fun.
Feel lucky punk.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. I'll tell you that now.
That's Dirty Harry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this, it's kind of Western, isn't it? I would have thought it would be Western.
Yeah, he's known for his westerns, wasn't he?
Oh, Clint.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen the link. I see the link. Yeah. Sorry, Tambo.
No, you're right.
Tiny Epic Westerns.
That's it. Yeah. So you go into a town. You want to be the most feared boss and the most successful boss and feared, basically, in there. And so that's the aim of the goal. It's a worker placement with a bit of poker in it as well. So playing poker in it and worker placement,
What you'd expect from Westerns.
And you get to do duels, which is good. Cool. So it's a standard set of boards. So you go in a circle. So you got the top, you got the town hall. The bottom, you got the sheriff's office, and then you got your individual player match. It's 4 player.
Yes.
It's 2 to 4 player, and it's basically a worker placement, but it's not one of those worker placements where you go on a spot and then it's gone. You can actually go, someone else can go on your spot now and duel you for the spot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they've got these 2 little dice, which are shaped like bullets, which are quite fun.
I saw those in your video, yeah.
So one's red for the attack, one's yellow for the defender. Everyone gets dealt 2 cards at the beginning. You do get a boss. You've got a choice of 8 bosses who all have the same ability, different abilities,
So asymmetrical powers.
Yeah, so that's it. So we've got a little thing going on. And you get 2 poker cards. It's like a 1 to 5 poker set, so it's numbers 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest.
Yeah.
And there's 4 different suits basically, of their own types. And you get 2 cards. You pick the one card you want, and you got a circle on the board, and in between each map and board section, there's a card gets dropped and faced up. So you got like a face up card in between each section, and you got the one in your hand that you picked.
Yeah.
And so the first phase is all about your placement phase. So you put where you want your workers to go, and you basically fighting for influence for the town. The influences are money, force, and law. So there's basically resources. So you go into a spot and you're going to gain. You can either sometimes instantly get the resource, so you put up your track, or you sometimes have to wait for the next phase to get your resource, which is where dueling comes into it, because you might not get it if you don't win the duels.
People will knock
you off. But also if you do win the mat, you also get a bigger reward as well. So it's really good, contentious that way. The card in your hand acts as your poker hand and actually can act as a power for your duel. So obviously, if you're rolling a dice if you go into attack someone, challenge them for the spot, the attacker rolls, the defender rolls, and the highest wins, basically, the highest power. but you can spend an influence. The defender can spend an influence to re-roll as many times he likes till he starts becoming the winner, and then the defender gets the option to do the same thing. So you can't spend any more influence, or you want to stop.
Yeah.
But you can have one chance and one turn to turn your card over and add that to your power. So you can, but problem with that, everyone sees your hand then.
Yeah.
As well. So it's your choice.
Yeah.
So
bluffing, and there's a bit of this.
There's a bit of bluffing, a bit of contentious, which is good fun.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. And there's also an industry track at the top, which is wagons, railway, and mining. They're the three industry tokens at the top.
Okay.
This is all about when you start going to the buying phase, when you want to buy your shops on your map. So you can only have one shop on a map at a time, and they have an ability on it, so another work spot for people to go. It's a bit like if someone goes in your spot, they give you earn a gold sort of something. Yeah. But there's these little symbols at the top, which is the wagon or the rail symbol, or I've forgotten the last one again, the mining symbol. So each card can sometimes have one of each icons on it, two of the same one, and at the end game, whoever wins the poker part on the town hall, you can move up the town hall track to make that token the highest point at the end of the game. But it's quite an interesting mechanic. But that's when so phase 2 is the resolution phase. This is when the poker comes into it. So you do the set of 3 in your hand. So it's either you can get a pair, a run, a straight flush, three, or 3 of a kind, 2 of a kind. You know how it works in poker.
Yeah.
So the winner will, if you win that, you win the spot and you get the bonus on the map between the 2 cards that the spot you win. If there's someone contender, even if you've been shot and you're wounded, you still get to play for that as well.
Okay.
So it's always a chance to still win the map.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you win the town hall, you get to move that token up one spot. There's 3 spots. It's like the highest, but it's like 5 EPs for the highest person who's got the most of that token symbol on their cards. Or then it's lower. So it depends. So you might want to influence what industry track you want to move up.
Nice.
So it gives
The cards you say were face up as well, the ones that you can pick from to.
Yeah, because in the middle, so I didn't mention, but you've got all the cards that town so that you can buy.
Yeah.
So when you go to the buying phase, which is phase 4,
your hand.
So you can see what other people are going for as well. Yeah.
So you can buy the shops. So you buy the shop and then you put it in, and the new ability comes into play. And it goes over the top of the old one.
Yeah.
And you just pocket on your porch. It's called the porch, the spot people go on your porch. And then and you just line up all your symbols at the end of the game, and who's got the most symbols of that, and depending on what the number of the track it is how many points it is. Nice. So it was good fun. Really
it sounds it's quite a cool little spin on making a poker hand, isn't it?
Yeah. If you like poker and you like
dueling, westerns.
I played it twice. The first one was a hard game to learn. Actually, I had to watch a video and everything for it. I thought, but once you got it and then played it again, I enjoyed it the second time more because you understand it more. But
a lot of game in those boxes. There's Gameling Games, Tiny Epic series. You just get a lot.
For what it is.
It's
a tiny little box, and you put it on, it's a proper game. And you put it out, and it's great fun.
Yeah.
It's just a proper. It's
really
we're there for
travel
about an hour and a half, I think, just playing the game. Yeah. Well, let's go to the main event. So today, in this episode, we're going to incorporate drinking rules, my drinking rules. I'll put a list in front of you guys, but if you've got your own little rules, if you think of any more, you crack on. I thought I'd make a copy, but I haven't. Never mind.
You can share.
Yeah, thanks. We're going to try and incorporate these rules into games that we've mentioned in the podcast in the past or we played recently. Okay, I'm going to throw a few games at you.
Oh, okay.
Or you can have your own games. It doesn't matter. Whatever. So if we think of a scenario, we've got some friends coming over and you want to get on the beers, but you want to play a board game and have some fun and some good banter at the same time. Obviously playing it safe, Davey.
As I was saying, bring tippy cups.
Tippy cups.
Obviously in a real scenario, I think.
Laminate everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything.
Yeah. But in a real scenario, we'll go for small party games.
Yeah.
So I think these ones are actually what you would actually realistically do in a situation.
Yeah.
But obviously then we'll go into the deeper ones what you probably never do because you never want to ruin your board game, right?
We've been there.
We'll just do it for a bit of fun, all right? So unless you guys actually know of any drinking games, actual official drinking games, because I don't.
Oh well,
not
you
don't get
really.
Many. Everyone kind of makes their own games, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know any for board games. This is the thing. It's one of those where I've not mixed the two hobbies together, and when we have, there was absolute chaos and carnage.
But it wasn't mixing it. It was just going to a quiz night and then getting drunk and then going playing the game.
Yeah,
and
it's because we won the quiz. Yeah. No, we didn't think we were going to win it, but we won the quiz.
Completely unplanned.
It was.
It wasn't not even a plan. I wasn't even drinking that weekend, and then we ended up drinking lots. And anyway, we've already told this story. Rum rush.
But back in the day, to be fair, I used to do. Before we go out into town, we used to have a lot of friends around. Rob would tell you, he used to come around mine, and we used to just have groups and play games. It used to be like deck of cards and play games. Or the name game when you go around and say the name and you
probably
can't do
shithead.
Drink while you think.
That.
Yeah. But To be fair, I would have put some of these games to the table if I knew these games. If back then they weren't back, some of them probably weren't there back then. But
Yeah.
you would have done it. I would have done it definitely, 100%. So some of the rules I think of drinking when you're playing is like I will usually say drink 2 fingers worth of your drink.
Yeah.
Or 3 if you want to make it bad. Take a shot.
Yeah.
Or
Shots are classic.
everybody drinks. That's a big one.
The one we used to do is you donate a little bit of your drink.
That's
into
add to the
middle
mixer.
cup.
That's what I said. Add to the mixer. Yeah, so you have a big mixing bowl in the middle, like
That's
a fish
it.
bowl or something, and you just add in everyone's drinks.
Yeah,
to the
you
thing.
add
That's
it
a
in.
big penalty one. Yeah, add to that.
Who's drinking Campari?
Yeah, with Ring of Fire.
Someone
And then there was always someone drinking wine as
Yeah,
well. And you're
yeah.
always just like,
Red
oh
wine.
no, yeah, and in it goes.
Then get
And
someone
then
drinking Baileys.
someone's like, oh yeah, having a Bailey's.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
curdle.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
brilliant. So drink while you think is another one, but that'll be punishable in this game, I think, in one of us. Add to mix we've just mentioned, and then just take drink from the mixer, which is a real bad one.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, really.
We did on a stag do once because I was into gaming. I thought I need to gamify this stag do somehow.
Right.
So we had a laminate sheet of drinks from 1 to 12. Took 2d6s with me, and the rules were that the stag had to roll the dice to basically determine what his drink would be. And if he ever rolled a double, he could then basically pick the drink that we would have to. So he had a little bit of a
nomination
bit of luck.
I thought you were going to say he's going to have double the amount of what was on.
No, we didn't want to kill him. But that's quite interesting because, like, I just remember we was in Wales, and it was my brother's. And yeah, we got to a point where he rolled a double and he picked red wine. I hate red wine. And it's a really hot day, just standing outside, you're getting red wine in this pub while he's dressed up in this leather gimp outfit. Just one of these really strange memories. But yeah.
So if we go to a small party games, I can suggest one if you want. So I'll give them names, but then we'll just throw the game out there. So let's start with Love Letter because you introduced us to Love Letter.
Yeah.
And I think could be easily turned into a drinking game.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So
you're in and you're out. You're nominated. You're eliminated, and it's fast paced, right?
Yeah.
So
it's simple enough also to not have to think too hard with. If you're losing a lot, you're not gonna. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you kind of need to know how to deduce what's been played. So you need to be able to read numbers.
Yeah.
Which might be challenging after
a while.
But the rules are really simple. It's not complex. And,
You could always do a thing where the winner has to drink the amount of what they've won by as well.
What, number-wise?
Yeah.
Well, in terms of fingers on drinks.
That's the rule you want to throw in at the end. Yeah.
I've won with the princess. God damn it, 9 fingers.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can't get rid of the princess, so you're like, I want to get rid of the princess, but you
I was going to
can't.
say something a bit nicer. So if you win with the princess, you put everybody joust drinks, not you.
Yeah.
Because you're very rarely with the princess, do you? Very rarely win.
No.
So if you do win, you
Usually
deserve an
around.
award.
Yeah.
So everyone else drinks around you.
But if you're forced to discard the princess...
That's when you drink the numbers.
That's when you drink from the mixer, right? You're at the bottom.
Yeah. Because it's a real risk-reward strategy, that is. Like, getting a princess early on your opening hand is the sweat time, and it's like, oh, Jesus. But having the added forfeits of drinking, but also to screw other people. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, if you lose from the princess, drink a little. I think if you're a guard and you win and you get someone.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah.
Nominate. Bang! Shot.
Bang, you can, So, or if you get eliminated, then you also drink. Yeah. So that's another good one.
Yeah.
The spy, you could also...
If you get an extra point with the spy.
Yeah, because you couldn't get 2 tokens in one, so that's like, again, a big everybody drinks.
Yeah.
You have to have a shot of the absinthe. It's green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why spy's green in my head.
Green?
I don't know why.
It's not... What?
What, absinthe? Absinthe's green.
Yeah, I know absinthe's green.
No,
but
right.
Why is the spy linked to absinthe and green?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I really just said it. I'm not sure why in my mind, but I think
I'm not sure why.
Yeah. But I don't know where that's come from.
Davey's brain.
Yeah, there you go.
Love it. I mean, it's carnage. If you apply all those drinking rules to Love Letter, it's an early night, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the games you play, I suppose. I mean,
true.
It's a good start before you go out and night in town, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. Yeah, that's it. That's what I think Love Letter was one of my favourite ones you could do. I would have said Exploding Kittens is the same sort of thing.
Same
You
vibe.
get more numbers, so you have a bigger party with that.
One that sprung to my mind, which would work well, I've not actually played as a drinking game, but it would, is Skull.
I've got Skull written down for Davey.
I've played it as a drinking game. Yeah.
Well, if you buy the one that's available now, like from the shops, it's pretty much beer mats, so you're halfway there. And actually, you can play Skull with beer mats. You don't even need to buy it.
No.
Sorry, publisher. but you can literally just get 4 beer mats each and mark one of them, and you're there. That's a score. So obviously, every time you get caught or you find a skull and you have to lose one of yours, that's basically you could have either shots lined up as your 4 lives, or just something that says like you lost one of your lives, bang.
Yeah, that's
Done.
cool.
So easily incorporate it in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did one with coup as well.
Yeah.
Coup was a good one to play with drinks.
Part of the Resistance universe.
Part of the Resistance, yeah. It's good. Coup's really good. It's good fun.
What code names? I thought that might be a good one.
Yeah. Teams, because it's team v team, isn't it? So
Yeah.
higher stakes, losing team, winning team, and then obviously you got the assassin.
Well, assassin's a big penalty, isn't it? If you get that, 'cause that's
well,
very
it's just
rare.
lose, isn't it? You
Yeah.
found
If you-
assassin.
And if you guess one of their codes,
Yeah.
names, it's because they, you think it is, and drink. And might you get right, the other team drinks. You could do that straight away.
Because you make the guesses all alcohol based.
Well,
And
the
then you have
words,
to drink.
words.
Yeah, the words. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you have to drink whatever the one
Pernod.
that you've guessed. Yeah.
Pernod 3. Sorry, what?
Or you could do drinks of actors, or so you'd be like James Bond is the code name, and you have to drink his drink, so the martini.
Yeah, shaker, not
There
stir.
you go, and you can do it that way.
You could do really themed.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Planning.
Huh?
That's a lot of planning, isn't it?
That is a
Why
lot
not?
of planning. I won't ever do that
Why
too
not?
much.
A lot of drinks, isn't it?
Well, you make the whole night of it, so everyone has to come as a movie star as well.
Yeah?
Hey!
Well, there we are. Fancy dress party.
Yeah, you can hire me to plan your events at.
Very true.
We should got a lot of drink.
I've got one.
Go on.
Monikers.
Okay, I don't know.
Monikers.
I've played that as well,
Yeah,
actually.
you bought my copy
Yeah.
from yesteryear.
It's good.
So Monikers is a classic game of like celebrities. So where you have a bunch of names and famous people, and
But it can range from Cocaine Bear to
to Donald Trump.
Donald
or
Trump.
whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got a very vast,
So you-
like
loads of cards,
varying
with
range.
names and stuff on there, and you kind of go through 3 rounds. It's very simple, party game. First round is you can say any words, but not the words on the card, to get people to guess. So you'll
Okay.
shuffle like there's a massive load of cards, but you'll shuffle an element of that deck into your
becomes
party
a
deck.
set deck.
Yeah. So you kind of get through, and everyone gets however many points. Then you use the same cards, go around again, but you can only say one word. So you already have this, like, the meta of what you're playing with, and you're like, one word, is it Donald Trump, whatever. And then the third act and the final act is you can't say anything, but you have to mime, do charades, which is just hilarious.
Right.
So again,
But you start to know, and if there's
it's
like
weird how it works.
if there's like a joke that's been incorporated in there as well,
You
like
use
while
it.
you're doing it, someone's laughed at your
banana!
impersonation of exactly, and then now someone's linked that to that card. When that comes around to the mime, you're miming a banana, and someone's getting it instantly because they've associated that word or that celebrity with that banana.
Yeah.
Right.
It works really well.
Yeah, it like when I'm explaining it, it probably sounds like to play charades or whatever.
No,
but
no.
it works because you are creating that meta within the group, and the jokes and the things that will get all incorporated in the present.
And because it's such a varied list of famous people or historical figures,
Yeah.
it does create these juxtaposition of kind of moments and words and actions. So it's
very,
good fun.
Very
It's
good
really
at
good.
parties. Very good
It is,
drinking.
yeah.
It's just like it just fuels. If
We play that a lot around Christmas time as well.
Did you?
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand why.
Another one I did was very fun. It's a Jenga blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Jenga. You put your rules.
Dexterity caves and
Dexterity.
drinking.
So you write your little rules underneath your blocks. So when you pull a block out, you've got to do the thing on the block.
Oh, that's a great idea. I've not done that.
Yeah, so I put all these on the block. I don't know. I've got it at home still. I put all these kind of rules on the
That
block.
is a good idea because we did do that in Bulgaria. Weirdly, when they had like a rep thing and they take us all to the different bars.
1830s.
It was up in Sofia, so in the mountains, and basically you went to one bar and they had like a Jenga off thing where every table had a Jenga, and you'd have a one-on-one Jenga, and whoever the loser had to then basically buy the winner a drink in each of the things, and then it was like a knockout tournament qualifier thing in Jenga. it was good fun, but yeah, it was weird.
good.
Yeah. I put another extra rule on mine. I got sock hand. So when you pull it out, you got to put a sock on your hand.
That's really good.
Yeah, so you got to try and get cubes with the sock on.
I do like the little drinking rules on the blocks.
That's
because you don't quite know, because you'll shuffle them.
Yeah,
and you'll
shuffle
build
and
it,
you stack it up.
You don't know what the hell you're going to get.
I'll buy a cheaper version of Jenga, not the actual main game. So you got just like you can get them.
Jonga. Yeah, it's half the price. Isn't it?
Half the price.
Denga.
Yeah, and all the blocks are slightly different shapes, which is annoying.
Yeah, so Jenga's a good one. Anyone other, you guys got any others? I got. What about your
dexterity one. Chicken versus hot dog.
Yeah, I've said the hot dog. So
chicken versus hot dog would work. Again, I've only played it with the kids, so responsible parent. But you can absolutely make that a drinking game. I mean, I have drunk whilst playing it, but not made it a drinking game. Because you have a little bidding mechanic in chicken versus hot dog, and you have these cards that basically have 1 to 4. Mm-hmm. And you have your deck on your team, and you shuffle it, and you draw 4 cards, and you might have a 1, 2, and a 4, or all 4s or whatever. And when the challenge comes up, which is you need to double flip the hot dog thing or the chicken, you're bidding whether can you do that or can you not. You know, because if you can do it, great. If you can't, not great. So you can either have a drinking mechanic that is a part of the bidding. So it could be that if you lose the bidding, or maybe if you win the bid, you have to drink. So it's like a catch-up mechanic for the other team. Yeah. Because the more pissed you are, the harder it's going. Well, maybe it might make it easier. I don't know. But anything at dexterity with the drinking involved always probably would hamper you a little bit.
Yeah.
Chicken and hot. That's chicken and hot dog. Yeah. Thinking about it, we actually made a drinking game back in the expo. Do you remember that? Alpha-Slang.
AlphaSlang.
So we actually,
this?
This is ages ago.
The very first expo we went to.
Yeah.
Right.
So we made, because basically we got stuck in this
story.
workers. Yeah. So Ian booked us. It wasn't even a hotel.
Was it his fault?
Yeah, Ian.
I thought it was yours.
No, it wasn't mine.
I was blaming you for years.
No, it was Ian.
All right.
Yeah, Ian found a place
in Coventry.
It was quite cheap in Coventry,
right.
So not too far away from the expo. Just got a train over, and to be fair to me, organised it and everything. So
did.
Thanks for that.
But we thanks.
We turned up. It was just like a workers. It was above an Indian, and in quite a rough area of Coventry.
Right.
And it basically in each room you had like a desk, a chair, and a bed that was falling apart.
No living room.
No living room.
No.
It was just these very sterile rooms stuck in this weird flat. So we were like, all right, we'll chill out in one person's room, but we took all the tables into someone's room because we were going to be playing board games, but we had nowhere to play the actual board games. Yeah. So one, there was too many of us, so we couldn't play any of the board games that we'd bought.
Yeah.
And 2, none of the surfaces would have worked. It was all like little desks, and they were all different heights. So it was just like, this isn't going to work. So we were like, we'll have some drinks and we'll invent a game.
Right.
And the game we came out with was the most juvenile, stupid,
sounds like you guys,
simple game ever. But it's called Alpha-Slang.
Right.
Basically, you start with one player.
Yeah.
We pick a topic. But you have to say slang words off said topic.
Right.
So we picked obviously some stupid
silly words.
Silly words. You start with
silly topic.
Yeah, silly
body
topic.
parts.
Yeah, body parts.
You can see where this is going.
And then it was A, B, and then if you couldn't think of one, you got a card or something or other. I can't remember what it was, but then it skipped you. And then when it came back round to you, if you got another card, you were out.
Yeah.
And when we went, that was A to Z. And then, if you were out or you couldn't think of one, you'd drink, and it just got very silly. It was actually a lot of fun.
We played it for 3 hours.
It's almost that's
no, like it's like someone suggesting, whatever, mate, whatever, and then we all got into it, and then found it really funny because it was just some of the slang words that you were coming up with for these various body parts and stuff. It was just like, honestly, it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And the more that you were kind of drinking, the more funny it got.
Yeah, exactly.
3 hours. Till about 3-4 in the morning. Yeah. Absolute carnage.
Obviously, good.
Good.
Who came out of it? Was it like a group effort?
It just kind of evolved.
It was kind of not one person, but everyone kind of chipped in, and it became this collaborative thing that we played.
Yeah.
Which was good fun.
I came up with a name, but that was about it.
Right.
That's because we kept
That's
saying
real.
that's number wang.
That's number one.
So it's kind of similar to Alpha-Slang.
AlphaSlang, yeah.
Anyway,
There we go.
yeah.
There we go. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to talk about some medium weight games that I think are medium weight. There's a big controversial who thinks what medium weight is. Right. So these drinkables.
About a 3 on board game geek. Yeah.
Yeah. These drinkables incorporate these drinkables into the game, but obviously they've got to make it through the game. So these games are going to make like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So you can't go stupid, like drink while you think like constant drinking. So what about Cubitos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
Yeah.
Cubitos. I'd say that's medium weight, but that's probably lightweight game, right? But
Yeah, it's probably on the lighter end, the medium, but still, like, still a bit of brain power required to know what you're pushing for, and then synchronizing those symbols up and When you
imagine
that being drunk, it'd be quite interesting.
Yeah. I thought of a similar one, Quacks.
Yeah,
Quacks Kinderberg. Plus you got a little bag if you're going to be sick. And straight into the bag.
Yeah, we don't do this. We don't do this.
Hopefully your tokens are coin capsules in your phone.
Don't do this.
If not, your game's ruined.
Oh, Quacks.
Sick bag.
Yeah.
You get a sick bag.
I've got
that's the only
carrot.
reason. That's the only reason to play Quacks drink game. You got a sick bag.
Oh, and if you explode, you have to have like this really explosive drink in
Cherry
the middle.
bomb.
Have like a
cherry bomb.
You
Yeah,
have your
there
own
you
little
go.
mixing in the middle, couldn't you? Like your
Yeah.
little thing going.
Bubbling away like it's a potion.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
really somatic.
Yeah. Everyone who don't explode drinks from that, or
Yeah.
that one, Quacks, quite a good one.
There is one. I think it's a midweight game. I just want to do an honourable mention of it. Is Heroes of Barcadia.
Right. Okay.
Have you heard of this?
No.
It's a dungeon crawler,
Yeah.
except the heroes are glasses with drink in them.
Oh, yes, I've seen
So
that.
when you get hit, you have to take the drink. That's their life.
Oh
so
wow.
As the obviously get towards death, their
Yeah.
glass is empty, and when their glass is empty, they're dead.
Yeah.
So you kind of go around this dungeon, which is all on beer mats, and you go around fighting and drink. I've not played it. I saw it. I thought, like it, interesting. But if you like dungeon crawling and you like drinking games, I think that just blends the two together.
Yeah.
And I quite like the fact your life is your drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
Honourable mention. I know it's probably not even midweight, but it looked fun.
Yeah.
I can't imagine myself playing Lorenzo Il Magnifico drunk. I don't think I could.
No.
Because just some games like, nah.
Well, that's the point. You just got to make it last. So yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. You might get Curly. Well, he'll never drink, but if you get Curly drunk, we might beat him. Probably not.
Yeah.
Depends on the game.
Teotihuacan.
Oh, Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Which is hard to say when you're sober.
Probably say it right when you're
Have
drunk.
espresso martinis. Every time you have to spend your coffee beans, you have to take a drink.
Yeah.
I like the way you got a theme of drink to the game. All the time. It's just got to try and theme a game that I can actually theme a drink to.
I don't know why. I've never ever done it in my life. I've never been that organised.
No.
But now we're talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
We can do Lords of Waterdeep. I know you don't like this, but JP doesn't like it, the game. It's
true.
Lords of Waterdeep. I mean, every time
Lords of Drink Deep.
you have big steins of lager if you want to match the drinks. Big proper.
Yeah.
I don't know why that matches the theme. In my head, it does.
Very
It
good
does.
D&D,
It's kind
isn't
of
it?
D&D.
Flagons.
isn't it?
Flagons.
Flagons of
Yeah,
ale.
flagons, and so I don't know. What you do, give someone a mandatory quest, you're definitely drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trying to give them out. You go on someone's shop.
Go in someone's shop. Yeah.
That person has to drink
Your alcohol.
or the person's shop owner drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, takes a shot, whatever. All you want to do. What else could you do?
Well, I was thinking, in Lord's Waterdeep, corruption. Every time you take
a corruption.
Yeah.
And every time
if you're getting corrupt, you're getting more drunk.
Yeah, that's quite a good idea. I forgot about the corruption track. That'd be a great idea.
At the end, you're like,
And when you return to corruption, you could probably nominate, right? Because returning corruption is quite hard, but you can. Quite
Yeah,
hard.
do it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
you
Can
can't
do it.
wait.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Well done, David. I didn't think about that. Just why would you? But then,
also, medium weight, Game of Thrones.
Oh God! Could you imagine?
That would
It's
be
bad enough
chaos.
sober.
I know. Imagine the arguments. Imagine the arguments. It would be so
A
funny.
6-hour game would take 12 hours for a start. It would just take forever because you have to marshal that game, don't you? But can you imagine just even trying to put
we don't
all
need
the
to put-
tokens on?
we just have drinks during the game.
People would just start fighting
That's just
in
drink
real
while you
life, over. There would be wars happening for no reason. There would literally.
Why'd you attack me? I'm drunk.
Yeah, lots of shouting. I think that would actually be lots of fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
Not my copy. Sorry.
Like,
We just all have tippy cups,
listeners,
JP. It's fine.
Yeah. Bibs.
Bibs and tippy cups.
But when would you drink in Game of Thrones then? When you get attacked? Or,
Sorry?
No, I just think you drink what you think.
Just generally
I think
drink.
during the planning
It's
phase,
such a long game.
that's when you do it.
You slowly trip your
slowly
drink.
drinking, placing your orders, going, yeah, that'll go there.
If you lose a castle, you got to
Oh
drink.
yeah, that's a bad one for the
Yeah.
mixer.
If your army ever goes over due to supply,
Yeah.
you have to drink.
Oh, yeah.
over compliance,
You
yeah.
have to drink per unit. So if you lose 3 units,
What,
you
per
have
power?
Yeah.
If you lose a night, it's double shot.
In the bidding, you're gonna have to drink that many fingers of what you bid into.
Oh, the power.
The power. So if you bid like 10 power, you're having 10 fingers worth of drink.
Yeah.
It sounds.
So that's the toss up then, isn't it? You're like, oh, I don't think I can drink
Yeah,
that.
I really want to win.
win.
But I can't handle it. I'm going to be sick.
Yeah. And then if you don't, then you end up at the bottom of the track, so
Yeah.
you can't do it. You
Yeah.
bid 10 power,
Yeah.
you can't drink it, you're at the bottom of that track.
Yeah.
You're disgraced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is it. I think power as your drink volumes
Yeah.
works quite well.
Yeah,
so when
it
you
does,
gain
yeah.
power, you're adding drink in your cup.
Yeah,
but when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
spending power, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a deal with you, Tambo. Here's some power, and you've got a drink from my cup.
I
And
actually want to play Game of
Yeah.
Thrones like this now, yeah.
we could all have our own mugs based around the houses.
Factions, yes, there we go. See, the theme's back in.
Yeah. Your own faction side, yeah.
That would work. I could see that working.
And everyone has
It'd
to
be-
cheers at the start, you know, cheers, cheers,
Yeah.
cheers. And then off we go.
Yeah. It's going to be a right nightmare.
I think we found our favourite drinking game. Yeah, that could be the one.
Yeah.
I mean, Twilight Imperium could be kind of similar.
Oh, God. could you imagine it?
Well, you could do the
No.
voting thing.
I don't think you'd
You
make
spend
it
the planets, you much power
You
planets you
wouldn't-
spend.
You would not make it through that, I don't think.
No, a Twilight Imperium I think would be too much. I think someone would end up crying and someone else would end up with black
wanna
eyes.
go to
sleep.
Well, sleep when you're dead, mate. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I've got lots of what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just through a few games out there. Any other ones? No? You want to go to heavyweight? Do you want to try? Oh, I got some dungeon crawlers.
You're going with heavyweight drinking
I
games.
know. Well, Gloomhaven's on there, yeah?
No. Well, the dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
Well, I saw JP could make too many bones into a drinking game.
Go on.
How would you do it?
Oh, you're asking me.
Well, you're
Too many fingers.
And you take damage or chip off then.
I think it's that
Yeah.
similar to Heroes of Arcadia. So your chips could just be your drink,
Yeah.
and you mark your health would be your max health maybe is 10
Yeah.
on your gear lot, and you just mark your cup.
Put little shots on top of the take on your health bit so that you move around the
Yeah, I mean your gear
Board.
lot could just be a shot glass,
shot glass. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
or the
Suppose so.
enemies could be shot glasses,
Yeah.
and you just defeat them, and then
So every time you
the
get
chip
hit, you just
underneath,
drink-
and then
Yeah, you have to take a shot off the top.
yeah,
Because it's all neoprene. That you'd have to worry about.
exactly. You can wash it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't make it through. I wouldn't make it through it. Just taking shots for the whole game.
Yeah, I mean if you're taking shots for every baddie you kill,
As-
that's a rough night.
You're not going to make it.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah,
how
but it's
many
not
kills-
just you taking it. It's split between everyone, isn't it?
Depends if you're playing solo.
Do we need to talk?
Had a great game.
Yeah.
I feel like shit now though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could incorporate, I think, into any dungeon crawler some kind of mechanics.
Yeah, of course
but,
you could.
But yeah, should you though?
No,
Maybe.
probably not. I would never. Yeah, unless you're really hardcore board gamers and you don't care about the copy getting ruined. Maybe.
Yeah.
Clank was another fun one.
Yeah, Clank would work well
Clank, because
because
you
it's lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clank would work.
It's like rules are simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite easy to grasp.
Every take damage, take a drink, or you get your like a little
Yeah,
white
when your
cube
cube
comes
comes
out
out of
the
the bag.
Yeah.
I mean that.
or even a black dragon cube comes out the bag. Everybody's got a drink.
Yeah.
Because that'll come out quite often at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then when the individual type
Only
ones
like a
come out,
finger's worth, though, yeah.
and then all the other
To
little ones.
regulate.
Yeah, when you get your health or not, you take a drink.
There
The
you go.
person's coloured cube.
And then
comes
you
out.
could have, basically, if the first person to get eliminated, you've got Dragon's Breath Shot, which is basically chili vodka in the middle.
right? Yeah. Why not? That would just
Chili vodka in the middle.
Dragon's
Bit of Tabasco
shot.
sauce in.
Yeah, we when I used to work at a bar, we used to put a load of chilies into some Navy strength vodka. So it was like what 60% proof or whatever.
Yeah.
Put a load of chilies in there, and then if someone does something wrong or does something messes up, you have to have a shot of the chili vodka. And then if people also at the bar, they go, "What's the strongest drink you got?" You go, "Ha, well, I've got some of this."
And they regret it instantly.
Yeah, and then you always see, because when it just burns all the way down, and then you're gagging because of the alcohol, and then it's burning. It's horrible.
You sold it to me.
Well, it's a forfeit, though, isn't it? Yeah,
that's definitely a forfeit drink.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. I did put Nemesis down, but again, like JP says, you could probably put any kind of dungeon crawler rules to it, can you?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I think it's just like where you're killing stuff or you're getting hurt or damaged. I think you can spin that, couldn't you, into easily into drinking little fingers worth of shots or whatever.
Yeah, you get some serious wound. Yeah, then you're drinking.
Seriously, you just drunk.
You would never do this you would never do any of what we just talked about, to be fair, but apart from the lightweight games. We're going to do heavyweights, right? Okay, TM.
Yeah.
Yeah?
TM, we could, because we know the game.
You know the game so
I think
well.
we could just...
Well, yeah, it would be us, so it would be...
Yeah.
You would play games like you do know anyway if you don't drinking games, right?
Yeah.
So TM, I thought, you got to make it through the whole game, so it's 3-hour game?
Yeah, you can't do like every TR rating you get, have a drink, you'll be dead.
When you
have to buy a cup that's in the shape of Mars, like half of Mars. Like stop now.
Like a fishbowl.
Yes! Oh, yes, you could do a fishbowl's
With a
worth
straw.
of drink. Yeah, there you go.
Right, so we've got the theme drink. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. So TM, yeah, well, every time you terraform, drink. Because you're not always getting TR points from just terraforming, are you?
No,
terraforming, there is obviously probably about...
So when you do heat, when you do oxygen, and when you do ocean.
So if you ever want to terraform, you've got a drink. Right. Only a normal drink.
Every time you use Martian rails, you have to drink. Every time you use Martian rails, you've got to drink.
Curly will be pissed because he always gets that card.
He does.
Yeah, he always gets that card. So.
Every time you use the space catapult, you have to drink. Stuff like that, you know.
So you're saying every time you have the real powerful cards in the game, you have to drink?
Yeah.
So, right. You mentioned earlier, Davey, obviously your favourite game, Dune, but not the new one. We would just do the Imperium one. That'd be conflict, wouldn't it?
I think we'd have to try and get through the game again, drunk.
Yeah, but we didn't have drinking rules in that one.
No, we just drank.
No, and it was worse.
It was,
it took us 4 hours, didn't
I
it?
had such flashes of brilliance in that game, and even flashes of bullshit where I just forgot to send workers out.
I really wanted to win that game. I'm going to bring... I know you keep bringing this
I
up
was
to that.
winning it.
JP was winning, and then suddenly something clicked in me, and I went, "No, I can't let him win this."
You just woke up and started to do it, and then it just went...
It just went to mayhem again.
Yeah, but you're right. If we incorporated drinking rules into the game, your conflicts is your obvious.
The winner gets to nominate, right? Because the winner of the conflict.
And you probably might actually drink less.
Yeah.
Because we were just drinking in our downtime the whole time.
Exactly. There's only 10 conflicts in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. Every time...
time you pull the shipping track down, whoa!
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, everyone loves to do that.
Every row, because if you go right at the top, you go back down like 4.
Every time you use the Imperium
finger
card,
row. Finger per row. Yeah.
Every time you use an entry,
Yeah.
you have to take a shot.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah. There always big moments, aren't there? Those.
Yeah.
Like bang, doing this really cool thing.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah.
No, every time.
And the victory point ones don't count unless you down your drink. Yeah.
You can at the end, right. Deck it.
You can put a sober mechanic in there. You can put every time you get water, you take a shot of water.
Yeah, nice.
Balance it out.
Balance out. There we go.
Responsible.
You're not allowed to drink water otherwise.
That's it. No.
Let me drink some water. You've got to go on that space.
I'm so thirsty.
Yeah. You'll be right for 2 hours not drinking water. A couple of hours. You'll be fine. I'll put a weather machine for you, JP.
Really?
Yeah.
Weather machine?
How can you do weather machine to a drinking
You
game?
wouldn't, would you?
I would. I love
you?
weather machine, yeah.
I can think of one where Matey Boy gets on the same spot. You go on the same spot as the
Latif.
professor. You have to drink because that's always a bonus, Billy.
Dr. Latif.
Every time you get tickets over the amount you're allowed, so you waste tickets, so you're inefficient, you have to drink.
Oh yeah. Well, that'll never happen to me, but that's I'm game for that. I'm not.
I think playing any Lyserda with a drinking game.
I think that's basically anytime you're inefficient with your
every time.
Inefficient.
Yeah, inefficient
I'll
all
make
the
it for the game.
time.
you have to drink.
Yeah.
That will punish you. It will teach you the game. Okay, it will teach you the game.
Yeah. If you learn that way, yeah. Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, like Lisboa, innit? Instead of spending a token to follow, you have to have a little cheeky drinky poos.
No, you can follow, but you
Follow.
have to have a drink. But if you follow, you've got a drink.
Following you, go on, drink.
Drink.
Don't
Yeah.
want to, I'm too drunk.
Yeah, jeez. Right, so that's pretty much wrapping it up. But if any listeners got any good ideas for drinking rules to put in games, or any good drinking games they come up with, we're always interested.
I want to hear some new ones, actually, don't we?
Yeah.
We'd like to know.
Let us know if you play any of ours as well.
What
actually-
Alpha-Slang?
Yeah, Alpha-Slang. You
Yeah.
know, credit where credit's due.
Yeah. And
Coming to Kickstarter, never.
we always say don't recommend to play the the bigger games, obviously. But if you do, let us know. I don't think you
I
would.
would like to know
Yeah,
if
like
anyone
to know.
plays the big
Yeah.
games while absolutely getting hammered. And how many games of those have you actually finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite funny. Right, so let's wrap it up. So let's move on to the next segment. Right, now we're moving on to a Would You Rather segment. Here's the question.
Go on.
Would you rather...
Yeah.
This is a very random one, by the way.
I like it.
Like,
yeah.
the whole episode is really random.
We went time traveling
What,
to
random
Rome
for
once,
me?
didn't we?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Remember the Roman one?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Would you rather play Battlestar Galactica with Starbuck, Katie Sackhoff,
Yeah.
as the actual character, not the actual actress, or as the actual character herself?
Yeah, okay.
Or would you rather play Twilight Imperium with 7 of 9?
Oh.
Jerry Ryan, if I said her name right.
Jerry Ryan, yeah.
Jerry Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Is
think...
this an insight to your thought process?
Well, yeah, well, I
We're
think
thinking about
Starbuck
this
will be a great
So it's,
fun to play.
Katie Sackhoff and Jerry Ryan.
Yeah. I thought it's because we're all males around the table.
Yeah.
it might help the
Sorry,
experts.
Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, go on then.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So would you rather play the
you've got to
game
think,
with the character?
Bear in mind, 7 of 9 is
She's
a
a
ball,
ball.
so her
yeah.
tactics will be amazing on Twilight Imperium, right?
Yeah, she'd be quite, just dry around the
Ruthless.
table, though, wouldn't she? She'd be like,
Yeah, that's
it's
the
your
thing,
move.
yeah.
You'd be like, all right, chill out. Chill out.
She's not
7
much
of
fun
9.
to be with. Oh, yeah.
7 of 9, chill.
But if you like a challenge,
Yeah. Like,
what's important to you?
Go,
So I would have
go,
said... So if you look at it a perspective, like Starbuck will be fun to play Battlestar Galactica with.
she might
Because her-
table flip, though.
She'll be drinking, playing it.
and
Yeah,
she
and
would
she'll
table
table
flip,
food. She'll
yeah.
be Riley.
She'd be quite Larry around the table.
That's a good story afterwards, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
that's a good.
That's a good one.
Is it Katie Sackhoff? Sorry, is it Starbuck's copy of Battlestar Galactica we're playing with?
What difference does that work?
Makes a big difference.
Okay, sure, she's got a copy.
It's her copy.
Yeah, she can have a copy.
I'm going Starbuck.
Why? Because she still thinks she'll flip the table if she loses.
I think the experience of playing with Starbuck would outweigh, even though
The dryness. It'd be the dryness, wouldn't it? I'm playing the game to have fun.
Yeah.
And even if she's little bit rowdy, for me that's more interesting than
Yeah.
playing with
And there's a
someone who's going to
chance-
be very dry
there's a
and.
chance the game won't even finish. Because, like
She's
you
quite-
said,
she's-
she's rowdy.
Yeah,
She's
she'll flip the
feisty.
table by
She's
then.
just like, yeah, this is crap.
But then, isn't it? If
Yeah, but-
you're playing 2-player Battlestar Galactica. That's
You
quite
can have a little
hard.
group. It doesn't have
You
to be
mean
you.
Oh,
she's
right.
part
She's part of the group.
Yeah.
She's part of the group. Yeah,
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
So you're not just that
Otherwise, I'm
person.
not playing 2-player Battlestar Galactica.
I don't care if it is with,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the legendary Starbuck. Sorry, Katie.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
How about
Yeah.
yourself, Tambo?
What was the game with 7 of 9?
Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium.
I feel like
But then you get longer with 7 of 9.
she's going to kick your ass as well.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, but if you like
get to
challenge,
play the game
maybe
longer.
she might not kick
Yeah.
you out. She might be better than that. That's the whole point.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
I think you got to look at it as like playing 7 9 would be like a challenge if you like to look at it,
Yeah.
and then Starbuck would be a fun.
Well-
maybe at risk.
You know my motivations for board gaming. It's
It's got to be fun.
yeah, that's so Battlestar all the way.
I don't know if I could concentrate if I played against 709 anyway.
Why is that, Davey? Why is that?
Because you're playing with a computer.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you're
okay.
playing with an Android.
You do like computers, don't you?
Yeah. I would go 7. I would not 7 or 9. Now you just made me think of 7.
You're all flustered, mate.
Yeah.
It's hot in here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
getting
Sure.
hotter.
Sure.
I would definitely.
I'm not
give
taking my
Starbuck.
clothes
It'd be
off,
more
Tambo.
fun. Stop.
You're going Starbuck.
They're on Starbuck.
So I'm Starbuck. You're Starbuck. Davey.
Starbuck.
Oh, okay, so that was easy. That's an all-rounder.
Yeah, but
I thought someone might
you
go for a
have to think about
challenge.
it. Yeah, you have to think about it. No, I don't think. Depends on who you had on this podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I
Yeah.
think you probably would have had a different answer. But yeah,
Okay, fine.
Starbuck all the way.
There we go. Right, so let's go to the penultimate turn. So, what's coming up, guys? What you got looking forward to?
So, played a little bit of Shatterpoint recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm fully invested now. So I've got my army, my 2 squads on the way. I've got Count Dooku with Boba Fett and the Magna Guard, and Grievous with the is it the B-11 droids or the big battle droids.
The spear thing, the staff.
No, that's the Magna Guards.
Oh, is that the Magna Guards?
The big like squarish droids from the
Yes. Yeah.
So I've got loads of separatists on the stuff on the way. So looking forward to getting into that. But that's also Star Wars Unlimited as well.
Yeah.
So looking forward to
I've been hearing big things about this. I'm looking forward to
It's
this.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. I'm scared by it.
Because of the
Cost.
It's. I just have to look at my Marvel Champions, and I know it's not an LCG, but I just have to look at my box of Marvel Champions cards, going, how often do you get played, huh? And then thinking,
So
but it was a lot of fun.
It's also some of the fun's in the collecting.
Yeah.
And you have to agree with that in some sense.
So this is
It
one of those games you buy a deck and it's luck what you get in the
Booster
deck.
packs.
Booster packs.
Yep.
So, okay.
You buy like a starter deck, like I think it's called the Spark of Rebellion, but you can buy a starter deck, which you'll get Luke and Vader, I think.
Yeah.
And every starter deck, I think, is the same. So it's the same pool of cards, and then it's boosters. So it literally is. And I think you either get a leader in every booster, I think. Might be wrong on that.
I think you will, but there'll be varying degrees of...
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you can
Rarity.
mix up your starter deck with your booster decks.
Yeah,
and
then you just
Yeah.
build deck builds,
Yeah.
deck
So-
constructs as you want.
Fun thing to do is draft with these boxes where you buy a box.
Yeah.
And then everyone gets a set amount of packs from the box. And then we all open, take a card out, like you do with Terraforming Mars, that
yeah.
draft. You draft that, you all build a deck, and then you play each other's decks.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, cool.
Because it's a bit more balanced way of doing it.
Doing it.
Draft's always quite
Yeah,
fun.
nice.
Like, it's all down to what cards are given around the table, and then you don't have someone that spent 200 quid on a deck, bringing a deck along and
just
kicking
winning.
everyone's ass with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So that might be quite fun
More
to
social
do
as well.
on your release. Yeah, I think that
definitely.
maybe we'll get us all to do that.
Yeah. I'm very tempted by Unlimited because played it at Essen and I thoroughly just enjoyed it. I've been watching some vids on it and stuff. I thought, this is a kind of collectible card game I could get behind, and just mechanically it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it reminded me of
Fast-paced.
Commander from Magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
But without all the Magic bullshit in between.
Yeah.
So
Like it's the
just
start
got
of its
got its
meta.
own beast. Yeah, exactly.
What about you, T?
Nothing exciting, I'm afraid. I'll have it done by this, but I've got a week off coming up, so I'm just looking forward not to work for a week.
That's fair.
Since my last holiday was way February, no, not February because that's ages away, but November I think my last holiday was, so
Yeah.
it'll be nice and after the Christmas period. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a week off.
Nice.
That's it. I'm not doing much in there. We've got gaming and stuff, but hopefully. So what are you looking forward to, JP?
Yeah, it's been a interesting and exciting couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to Davey actually, because Davey
Davey
signposted
noticed
this week, even though this week is a long few weeks ago by the time this episode's released. But there's a little social media post from the UK Games Expo asking if any podcasters would like to come and do any little events at the show. So yeah, we've got some kind of big news really. So we're going to be doing a live episode recording at the UK Games Expo this year, which is amazing.
Yeah,
because we've been thinking about this for a while, and obviously when we launched 2 years ago, we're quite small and just starting off, finding our feet, recording off the wrong microphones, all the usual things that you do as podcasters, apparently. So to now kind of have those conversations and to hire a little hall out and hopefully you guys as listeners will be interested in coming along and supporting us. We'd love that.
Go and join us.
Yeah.
Heckle us from the
Heckle
crowd.
us, take a piss, whatever. But yeah, we're going to try and make it obviously interactive, get the audience engaged, and we've got like an hour, and we can't spoil too much right now, only because we haven't sorted it all out yet. But but we're really excited, and there's lots of ideas floating about on what we can do, and can't wait to do
We're
it.
excited
It's going to be
about
really
it, aren't we?
different. It's going to be different for us. That's going to be a new.
Yeah, I mean the last live episode we did was at the 24
24
hour,
hours.
but to
This
be
will be
fair,
a bit different, I
that
think,
was quite chaotic.
Yeah.
Just because of the nature of the event, I think, and kind of where we were and what we were doing. So this is going to be a bit more
Structured.
definitely a lot more structured, and yeah, and we're going to have to kind of work around the fact that we've got about 1 million people on this podcast. So,
Yeah.
well, 9.
Yeah,
So we'll sort that out. But yeah, really excited about it. Big news for us. Great that we're in this position to be able to do that.
Definitely.
And really, really, if you're visiting the UK Games Expo this year, please think about coming along and support us. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to catch up with any of our listeners and have a chat.
Yep.
And just see
definitely.
your faces, because normally we do this and we look at a microphone
Yeah.
or each other.
Yeah.
And so it'd be quite nice to see you guys. And what we'll do is we'll put more details in the show notes. We'll do a link to the event. You can find out where it is on the UK Games Expo website. A few more details, when it is, what day it's going to be on. So yeah, and check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Right, with that, this is my final episode, so now I'm handing
Well
off.
done, T.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, nice.
You haven't listened to them yet?
Yeah. We record them all in one day. How did you find it?
Okay, it's fine. I don't mind doing this. I'll be honest, the hardest part I find is finding the subject.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a bit of responsibility. So when you kind of step up and say, I'm going to be first player, and then you go, oh, crap, I need to think about some topics to talk about. And you're right, that is the hardest bit. But you know what? Well, lately, obviously, we've been getting our supporters on coffee to come and help us vote on episode topics, which we've been doing, actually, for the ones happening after yours,
Right.
and beyond. So, so some of these have actually been chosen by our supporters, which is brilliant.
No, that's
Because
good. That's really good.
Because it's like, what do you want to hear us doing? So that started literally from the episode after this one,
Yep.
or our main episode. So yeah, really excited about that.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah,
Good.
Yeah. I'll do
You'd
it
do
again.
it again, would you?
I'll do it again. But
Hey.
time's a thing for me, isn't it? Because of my work.
Yeah.
But January's normally a good month, so maybe that should be my time when I
Yeah,
do
once-
the recordings. Obviously, these aren't released in January, but when we do the recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Definitely do it again.
Who's next?
Right.
Who's next? Who's
That's
next
why we
first
came in this
player?
whole conversation. So I am passing the
Metaphorical torch.
the metaphorical torch to Davey. Baton.
Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever, I'll let you guys decide. I will be taking the reins, and the next 3 episodes
Yep.
Yeah.
will be mine. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Something to look forward to, right?
No,
Yeah,
I always
sounds like
look forward to your episodes, Davey, because you bring a sense of innovation to the
Randomness,
topics.
chaos.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
definitely.
you can always trust you to
But they are the
shake
best.
it up.
One of the funniest episodes of this.
Yeah, like some of
my
them are
opinion.
so out there,
Yeah.
but you go, you know what? I love it because it just gives you something different to think about, and I know you've got some more of these tricks up your sleeve. So yeah, intrigued to see what you come up with, mate.
Yep, definitely.
Gin Davey.
Oh, tease.
Little tease. Ooh.
What?
Spoiler.
Are we talking about drinking again? Gin David.
Just a drink I've not heard of.
Or does he mean something else? We'll find out.
Yeah, rather than DJ, it's DG.
DJ.
IN, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
There we go.
there we are. And with that, our final turn is wrapping up, and victory points are about to be scored. Thanks everyone for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and review on your podcast player of choice. And we ask to share the podcast with at least one person who you think would enjoy this. Also, if you want to support the show to help shape our future content, you can visit our page on Coffee. If you want to get in contact with us, all of those details are in the show notes or our website. We'll be back again next time with another episode. So until then, whose turn is it?
Gin Davey.
Yeah, that's me.